Welcome back to Millionaire Real Estate Agent here with Nathan Najib. We've been having conversation around mindset, skill sets, and systems. We've done videos on each and every one of them. Go back and watch that. First of all, subscribe to this channel so you can get videos as they come out. Once again, today we're going to have a conversation around systems. We talked about routine, how a good morning will set you up for the rest of the day, and why it's important to have a sort of habit to put you in the mood of doing these hard things, yeah? And then second thing was saturation, dominating an area, how it's about consistency, and how consistency builds trust. And once you build trust, people start dealing with you, right? And then when you know what are you talking about, then it's easy to convert leads to listings. Now today I want to talk about prospecting, one of the most important thing when it comes to becoming successful. The difference between a successful real estate agent and an average one is not that whole lot difference. The difference is the successful one prospects day in and day out, okay? They don't do, I'll prospect when I feel like it, and I won't prospect when I don't feel like it. It's an everyday thing, not once in a while thing. There's a story once I heard, if somebody asks you to, hey, all I want you to do in front of my office downstairs, you broom the front of the office beautifully for 3 hours every single day, 6 days a week, and then in 3-4 years time, I'm gonna start paying you about $100,000, $200,000, $5,000, or $1 million a year, right? Would you do that? I'll bet you would. I'll bet you'd be like, yes, I'll do it. 3 to 4 hours of brooming this ground every day. You would do it, right? But for some reason, consistently prospecting is an issue, right? So what I'm suggesting is, hey, prospect. One of the things that we do is like, we've got here 8 to 11 a.m. prospecting. Nobody from our sales team will be doing anything else but making outgoing phone calls and talking to people. So what is prospecting? Who do you prospect, right? If you're a young agent and you haven't had an experience before, what you do, you can go to one of the agents that work in your office perhaps. You can, for us, the beautiful thing about here, we've got an open database, so we can prospect everybody's every agent's data or database, as long as we get their permission, of course, right? But I know most agencies, they've got closed database, which I appreciate. So what I'm suggesting is like, you go to agents and say, hey, you've got a list of open home people that came to you. You're not going to call them anyways. Let me pick up the phone and give them calls, right? So what happens is once you start making these prospecting calls, there might be some buyers who probably already purchased properties, or there were buyers that they came in like long time ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago. They might be already bought a house that they might be thinking about selling, right? So you're prospecting them, and then you've got groups, for example. So what I'm suggesting, one thing that I suggest is we've got groups: sellers group, bronze group, people who've done appraisals for, silver group, people we sold houses to, gold group, people who bought through us, right? So we prospect. Like for me, it's not hard to come and pick up the phone and start making phone calls. I can call anybody and everybody. But if you're young, I appreciate that. So one of the other things that we do is like, prospecting your designated area, right? As I said, go back and watch the video that we did last week. Do that prospecting in your particular area. Just sold flyers, just listed flyers. And you know what? It doesn't have to be you just listed flyers. Do just listed flyers, my just listed flyers. Give me a call and say, Nathan, you've just listed a property down the road. Could I do your just listed flyers? Yes, you can. I'll tell you, yes, you can, right? Most agents might say you can't, but in my case, you can. So what I'm saying is like, even the other agent doesn't even need to know. You can just go and door knock the area and say, hey, I know the property down the road, just come to the market. We can let you know what it sells for. Would you be interested to know what it sells for, right? And it doesn't need to be your listing. And you can tell them it's not one of our listings, but I just wanted to let you know. You might be interested to know what it sells for. Would you? Yeah, well, actually, I was thinking about selling. Then yes, you got yourself a lead, right? Add them to your sellers list, right? Now you can in touch with these people. So that's how it works. It's simple. It's not easy. It's simple. but most people just don't do, or perhaps they haven't got an idea of how they go about things, right? I talk about orphan data, I talk about just listed flyers, I talk about just sold flyers. Now, one of the other things that salespeople hard to understand is their time is valuable. Like when you're working, if you are perhaps you're a plumber before, you were getting paid hourly. But if you're a salesperson, you're not getting paid hourly, right? So what you got to understand is your time is valuable. The only thing that you should be doing with your time is list, sell, and negotiate. That is when you get paid. Everything else, you don't get paid. Prospecting is what you should be doing to get to list, sell, and negotiate, right? So unless you're prospecting, you should be out doing something else, meeting, right? So one other thing that I'm a big fan of, AM is for prospecting, PM is for appointments and meetings and open homes and stuff. So in the AM, never book meetings. Never book meetings unless it's a very urgent meeting, like you need to go somebody who can't make it any other time but that in the AM, right? So AM, you will never see me out of the office. AM, I'll be always in the office. PM, I'm at meeting, or you hardly see me in the office, or any of our agents in the office in the PM, because they either, and if they're in the office, what they're doing, they're prospecting. So prospecting is very, very important, and you got to understand your time. All these things we covered. I'll tell you what, if you did that for the next 6 to 12 months, it's not going to all of a sudden, it's not going to happen, boom, like next week, it's not going to happen. But if you did that for 12 months, I guarantee your business is going to go to a whole new level. What I'm going to do today, my team here was saying you should make a prospecting call, just to call somebody so you can record, they can see exactly what you talk about, right? So I'm going to make a phone call. I hope that's been of help to you. Subscribe to our channel so you can see the videos as we pump it out, as we put it out there, and go back and watch those videos that we've already done. And you should also share this with your friends who are either in business or real estate, or thinking about getting into real estate. Prospecting is where it's at.